spiritual brothers and sisters. My fundamental belief is we are same human being. All major world religious tradition is human beings religion. So all these major religious tradition actually meant for bring some happiness, joyfulness for temporary and long run. So all these major traditions actually serve helping humanity, but sometimes create more problems. So, my number one commitment is I'm just one human being. All 7 billion human beings want happiness. Do not want suffering. And all 7 billion, mentally, emotionally, physically, we are same. Then I think I want to share with you one good news. That is, according now scientists, through their sort of investigation or examination, basic human nature, they say basic human nature is compassionate. This is really hopeful sign. It's quite understandable. You see, we are social animals. We all come from our own mother. Without mother's affection, compassion, or the surrounding, including father, surroundings of people, not showing affection, then I think civil community won't survive. This is nothing to do with religion, not biologically. And secondly, we are social animal. And now, the scientific sort of research, they say, constant fear, experience of fear, anger, hatred, actually eating our immune system. Well, on the other hand, more compassionate mind. You see, very, very helpful to maintain our good health. It's also, you see, very, very logically we can explain. If fear, anger comes with fear. Fear that, then some frustrations, then anger, then violence. Violence not come from outside, but from here. Start from here. That is very much sort of combine fear and anger distance. Fear. When person think just for oneself and also surrounding lack of affection, then fear comes. So the best sort of counterforce, reduce fear is more compassionate sort of feeling. Take sense of care of other and friendship. That brings self-confidence. Self-confidence reduces fear. And then we are social animals. Friendship is very essential. In order to create friendship, trust. Trust is very important. If trust is there, then friendship comes. Trust entirely is based on if you show other respect, affection, then trust comes. If you show other little distance, and the worst thing is try to exploit other, use other, right? Or bully other, look down other, then trust cannot come. So we are social animal. Social animal, friendship is very important. For friendship, trust is very important. In order to develop trust, you must show other affection. That's the act of compassion. So irrespective whether believer or non-believer, even those people who are very much against religion, okay, their own view. But these people also should be more compassionate human beings. So, basically, our nature is more compassion than all these different religions. Since because of human beings' religion, so basic human sort of value is compassion. Therefore, all major religious tradition is talking or carrying the message of love. In order to keep love, the old religious tradition also talking about tolerance, forgiveness. And then also is the old tradition, you see, teach us contentment, self-discipline. So all major religious traditions have same potential to bring inner peace, to strengthening basic human nature's value, that's compassion. So use difference of philosophical views, or most of religion, I think it lasts, more than 3,000 years. Many religions, you simply believe God, Creator. Every religion, when they describe God as infinite love, no religion says God is full of anger. No. God is merciful and full of infinite love. So that sort of concept is very, very helpful. You see, to strengthening our love, our compassion, our affection. And many religions not talking about previous life, but this very life created by God. So that concept brings we are very close with God. So almost we feel God is our Father. The very nature of our Father is infinite love. So we are children of such a Father. So that concept really strengthening the children, God's children, should be more compassionate. Very good. Then, in this country, I think over 2,000 years, I think 3,000 years, because Sangha philosophy. Sangha philosophy, two groups. One group believe creator, one believe no creator, but self-creation. Then Jain tradition, same. Then Buddhist tradition, also same. No central authority here, no God, no creator. But Buddha clearly stated self-creation. So in the philosophy fields, differences, but all carry one message, that's the message of love. together, all major religious traditions can live side by side and can work together. Try to promote human deeper value, that is compassion. So religious harmony is very essential. Now, not only in the past human history, but even today, the different religious faith, actually the source of compassion, that itself becoming more divisions and violence. In this very moment, we enjoy joyfulness, peace, but same planet, same human being, killing through violence, including religious, in the name of religious and different faith. Unthinkable. The very source of compassion, of forgiveness, that becomes source of violence. Like medicine become poison. Then no hope. So therefore, religious harmony is very essential. I think in this country, India, I think 1,000 years religious harmony, on the concept of ahimsa. All religious traditions live together. Wonderful. Now, India is, I think, the only country where all major religious traditions live together. Now, India should take more active work for promotion of religious harmony, and particularly those areas religions causing sort of difficulties. I think India should take some sort of effort, more effort. Now, today's world, East depend on West, West depend East, Northern world depend Southern world, Southern world depend on North. So now, because of technology, because of population, because of global economy, everyone interrelated. In ancient time, isolated. So, according to that sort of circumstances, Indian, or I think I can say we Indian, over 58 years I live in this country. So sometimes I describe myself as a son of India because the reason all my knowledge here comes from Nalanda tradition. Every part of my brain cell fit by Nalanda thought. Then this physical survived by India's chapati, rice, like that. So therefore, physically, as well as mentally, I'm son of India. So it may be okay. I call we Indian. Now should be active. All your sort of 1,000-year-old certain value, just keep here, not thinking outside the world. Ancient time, okay. I think we Tibetan, I myself, when I was inside Tibet, only thinking about Tibet. Once I reached India, firstly, you see, much more wider sort of contact with different religious people, different profession, particularly including scientists. They have immense help. Nothing, humanity. We are same. So therefore, we have to think about humanity. So, you Indian, I think now time comes to show, to share your own certain traditional pride, that's religious harmony. That another thing, India's 1,000-year-old India's concept of secular respect not only all religions but also the non-believer. Now today's world, out of 7 billion human beings, over 1 billion non-believer. These human beings, our brothers, human brothers, sisters, we must bring together. So these also want happy life. So the materialistic people, particularly those non-believers, they do not know how to develop inner peace. Their only sort of concern is material value. Today's world, actually, I think talking, the object which brings sensorial level sort of comfort or satisfaction. Seeing something nice, hearing something, taste, good smell, or good touch, including sex. These are sensorial level. Any sort of satisfaction or joyfulness based on sensorial level is very short. Because of long-term samsara, you look at that. Long-lasting, genuine joyfulness must develop on mental level, not depend on sensorial experiences like that. So now, those non-believers, okay, but they should pay more attention about the ultimate source of inner peace is mind, mental, not sensory. So today's modern education, existing modern education, very much oriented about material value. That's why existing modern education not adequate to bring peace. So now many educations, many scientists, we are discussing. You see, our existing secular education should include some education about our inner peace, mental development. So now, Bharat, India, since the non-theistic religions is developed, so everything depends on oneself, not God. We are Buddhists. Our future depends on oneself, not on Buddha. Buddha said it. Buddha cannot remove suffering from Buddha's hand. No, Buddha cannot wash source of suffering, cause of suffering. That's sin. Buddha cannot wash it. No, Buddha cannot exchange or give us his own inner potential. No, inner quality. No. Then what is method? How will Buddha help us? Buddha show us the path, how to tap our emotion, how to reduce this destructive emotion, how to strengthen these positive emotions, not through prayer, but through reasoning, meditation. But meditation also, shamatha, as a single point meditation, is not much effective. The real effective method is vipassana, analytical meditation. So, So, according to Indian folk tradition, a lot of explanation about our emotion, about our mind, and how to tackle this emotion. So sometimes I said, how maybe joke, I tell you, modern psychology, knowledge about mind, emotion, modern psychology, compare ancient Indian psychology, modern psychology looks like kindergarten everything. India's psychology highly developed. Now we should pay more attention about this knowledge. Now you have a very nice word, Buddhist science already. Buddhist science. I think, and also you see, the program, you also mentioned, fifth or something, you mentioned Shunyata and the quantum physics. Now last over 30 years, more than 30 years, I had serious discussion with modern scientists. And eventually, so I found quantum physics very similar to that of Buddhist philosophy. Nothing independently exists. But it's the same part. Everything interdependent, interconnected. In other words, Shunyata. So in any way, see these, I think are really wonderful. After 30 years, serious discussion with scientists. See, many scientists really showing genuine interest, eagerness to get more information about emotion, about mind. Because today's world, there is some kind of crisis of emotion crisis. Yeah. So drugs, tranquilizer, alcohol, not the solution. Solution, the emotion, mental crisis itself, mental level. So the counterforce also must come within mind, not depend on external thing. So therefore, now, ancient Indian psychology is really very relevant to today's world. And also it's showing these things not as a part of religion, but as an academic subject. I often use it expressing now hygiene of physical, usually you see, in education. It's education or knowledge about how to take care about our physical. Now, similarly, we need hygiene of emotion. Emotion, is it really, creates a lot of trouble, a lot of problem. So therefore, we need in our education field hygiene of emotion. In order to carry that, it needs full knowledge about map of emotion, map of mind. This must be considered as a secular, not religion. No matter come from what source, Buddhist source or other source, doesn't matter. Just take as an academic subject. So this is my number one commitment, promotion of human value. So, our brothers, sisters, you all have it. You all are human being. Of course, different dress, different garment, different shape of nose, but hopefully you all are human beings. So we are seeing how emotionally, as I mentioned earlier, physically, mentally. Now, this is number one. Then, second, promotion of religious harmony. And this month, I really developed full courage, full conviction that religious harmony can possible in this country. occasionally some problem here and there. That's understandable. I usually tell him the over billion Indian population is a human being. So some mischievous people must be there. So some problem here and there, that's understandable. But overall, India, I think, wonderful, religious harmony, wonderful. I always was mentioning Parsi in Bombay, the Saraswati. Very few sort of community, very small community, less than 100,000. But no fear. Very peaceful, very safe. So then, eventually, Judaism come, Christianity come, Muslim come, all live together, basically like that. So India is, I think, really example. All major institutions can live together. Of course, I already mentioned that. Now the particularly about Buddhism, Shakyamuni Buddha, we usually discuss the Kasachoti at Islam. It's the first edition. We usually call the first Dhammomi. About 4 Noble Truths and 16 critics. No, I can't pronounce properly. Yes, it is. Oh, how do you? The attributes of this 4 Noble Truths. And then 37 practice. These are the foundation of Buddha Dharma. Sometimes I criticize this, we Tibetan, too much emphasis about the Tantriyana, neglected about these basic Buddhist teaching, like that. And then these 37 practice on the basis of a Four Noble Truth is common. Sanskrit tradition, Pali tradition, same. Including Vinaya, Vinaya practice, same. 4 Parachika, 13 Sangha. So all these Pali tradition, Pali's Pratimoksha, the last category, about around 70 or something. The Sanskrit tradition, 112. Basically, same on the Parachika, Sangha, these things all the same. For 13 and 30 and 90 here, we 91, 90. Pali tradition, 92. Then minor, we 112. Pali tradition, about 70 or something like that. So therefore, the Vinaya practice is same. There's a foundation of Buddha Dharma. Then, second Dharma will at Rajgir. Buddha further explanation about anathema theory. That we call Shunyata. Panchaparamita Sutra taught here. So everything empty. The English word, not very good translation, but in any way, everything Shunya nature. And Panchaparamita Sutra, Shindaya, at the beginning say, form is empty, empty is form. Like that. So that all those countries which follow Sanskrit tradition we all recite this, usually we call Heart Sutra, like that. So, that he taught Rajgir. This very is now, very near. In order to know Shunyata properly, you must know, you should know the Four Noble Truths and 16. So that these things very important. That's basis. In order to explain about a Patitta Samuppada, firstly, the law of causality. Then the possibility of cessation, Nirodha. You see, if we say, oh, Nirodha is possible because Buddha says, no, it's wrong. Nirodha possible because the source of all suffering is ultimately ignorance. Ignorance, there are many different levels. The ultimate sort of ignorance is wrong view. So any wrong view, logically, is opposite. Because truth is truth. Truth is truth. Truth will always remain, never changing. So wrong view, take a certain misconception. So any misconception always has the opposite. That's the mind which understands the reality. So now Shunyata, even if the quantum physics, as far as external thing is concerned, nothing objectively exists. But it appears as things exist from objectively. That's wrong view. That creates Sumijinando or exaggeration. There's now some scientists also say that. So that exaggeration, I think one, my great friend, an American scientist, he mentioned, his name was Aaron Beck. When last meeting I met him, last one, his age already 96 or something. He, not a believer, just a scientist. So over, I think 30, 40 years, he engaged people who mentally some disturbances, loss of anger. So, several decades his supposed experience. His conclusion is when a person develops anger, that's all. So he mentioned to me, when person develops anger, and their object, the person feels angry, appears very negative, but actually 90% of that negativeness is mental projection. This is exactly Nagarjuna stated. So the understanding about Shunyata is reduced very basis of that exaggeration. That's the way tackle anger, attachment, all these negative emotions. This respect, I also have some experience. Over 50 years or 60 years, I really, thinking, and last 30 years, I seriously thinking about the conclusion is Shunyata. I seriously think for the meditate on it through analytical meditation. It really affects my emotion. So Buddha stated, "Oh, my follower, monks, scholars should not accept my teaching out of faith, out of devotion, but rather thorough investigation and experiment." So I've done that. Investigation and sense comparison. And then think more regularly, really affect my emotion. So result, I become much more happier person. Like that. So therefore, the Dharma wheel, second Dharma wheel, really wonderful. And then, third Dharma wheel, there are different subjects, different texts of teaching. The one book mainly is explaining the root text of Chittavadara's philosophy. Second Dharma will mainly, you see, explaining about ultimate reality according to Madhyamaka. Third Dhamma will, one part explaining about Chittamadara's philosophy. And another, some books, specially explaining about very nature of mind. There's some connection with Tantric practice. In Tantrayana, grosser level of mind, more subtle level, innermost of subtle level. So this sort of knowledge is very helpful. You see, to understand rebirth, beginningless of subtle mind, endless subtle mind level, no beginning, no end. So now some scientists now begin to show interest about the mind, particularly those people. I mean, because you see, some people after death, scientifically, because of normal, because medically, death, heart beating stop. Then no longer blood circulation. So very soon, brain death, brain die. But the physical remain very fresh. Sometimes even 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. So scientists not yet sort of the explanation about that is something impossible, but it actually happens. So one my scientist, few my friend scientists now already started investigation about that. So this shows there are some sort of diseases there. Across the level of mind, obviously we experience. More subtle at the dream time, at the time of sleep. And more subtle way at coma, where person passing through the coma state. Then deepest at the time of death. So there is now some scientists really showing, not only showing interest, but already we start some project to investigate these things. So now I think we can say Buddha Dharma is not only something important to all those Buddhist countries, but in the field of science also, Buddha Dharma is something relevant. Therefore, I think we can say Buddha Dharma is something relevant to the first century. So, I usually used to tell people, a Buddhist, Tibetan Buddhist, Chinese Buddhist, and so on. I usually tell them, we Buddhists should be 21st century Buddhist. That means our faith must be based on analytical meditation, investigation, not just faith. Oh, Buddha is wonderful. We must pray for him. That's, I think, old-fashioned. Realistic sort of way of practice is study. Our mind and follow the truth, and the ultimate source of suffering is here. So how to take and practice. Then, through that way, you can develop conviction or possibility of never die. Once that sort of conviction develops, then the rigorous effort follow mark. So therefore, study is very, very important. So I want to share with all Buddhist brothers and sisters, please pay more attention. And for that reason, now Sanskrit tradition is very, very useful. The Nagarjuna, Buddha Parita, Arya Asanga, Vasubhat. Vasubhat's work, the third chapter about the world, that's a disgrace. I no longer believe Mount Meru, world flat, at the side of the moon, more or less same size, go same level. If you believe that, oh, sorry. Time for lunch. So that's good news. Now stop my talk. So now it's not sufficient just to carry some celebration, but you should think more seriously how to promote knowledge about Buddha Dharma in general, particularly Nalanda tradition. Thank you.